Hi friends, it's Kamal and you're watching Maths by Jajoria. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Okay, in this video, I will explain the relation between fraction, decimal, and percentage. Okay, the fraction is a part of a whole. It's named according to the number of the parts the whole is broken up into. So, what exactly that means? So let's say this one as a whole and is divided into the 5 parts. Okay, now if I have to mention anything about what would be the 1/5 of this area, then I can say this part, I can, let's say, shade this part that can represent 1 divided by 5 as a fraction or 1/5 of this area. Okay, and if I say the fraction 2 divided by 5 for this area, then I can again cover the second part of this as well. Okay, then you can say, okay, so this part, the 1 and 2, okay, so the 2 part out of 5, you can say, okay, 2 divided by 5, that could be written as a fraction, right? Okay, right, we'll move on to the next bit where it says 3 divided by 5, so that as a fraction of 25, so 3 by 5 of 25. Okay, so this kind of fraction we call a proper fraction, where you can fully simplify, right? So that can be written as 3 multiplied 25, and then you got here 3 by 5 already. Okay, so the off bit here, like 3 by 5 of 25, can be written like this, right? And then you can further simplify this by multiplying these. 3 multiplied 25, okay, that gives us 75. Then you simplify, will give us 15. Okay, so 3 by 5 of 25 is 50, right? Let's do another sum. In this one, somehow we call this kind of fraction is improper fraction. So I will just explain to you what does exactly mean. It just simply terms that when you cannot simplify like this way, okay, fully divide when you get the whole number. So let's do this one. So this can be written as, okay, right? So now you know this fraction, okay, you cannot really fully divide this. So that's why this kind of fraction we also call improper fraction. Okay, and that will give us, when you further simplify, this is what it will give us, right? Okay, let's take some other examples as well. Write 55p as a fraction of 90p. Okay, so 55p as a fraction of 90p can be written as 55 divided by 90. Okay, right? Now if you simplify further, you can do simply by dividing numerator, which is 55, and denominator, this which is 90, by 5. Right? And that will give us 11 by 18. Okay, so just divide that and that will give us this answer. Now another example is the multiplying this fraction by a proper fraction. So this is where we have both fractions. Okay, so how we will do this? This multiplied, so this is what we have. This is how we can write. Yes, so 2 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 8. So this is what we have, and then you can just simply multiply the denominator, which is 2 multiply 1, and sorry, numerator and denominator. The denominator is 3 multiply by 8. Numerator is 2 multiply by 1. Okay, that will give us right. We can further simplify this just by, let's say, divide these numbers by 2. That will give us right. So this is when we say if we have a fraction and which we multiply by a proper fraction. So this is a proper fraction we call. Okay, now another example, you can go for another sum as well. Just do few sums and then that will make you understand a bit around these areas. Okay, we got here now this fraction that can be written as, okay, you multiply this, that will give us so we got here 36 divided by 5. Okay, let's do this one. Further simplify this, and that will give us this number. Okay, now obviously in the exam you will multiply, so you will have a separate sheet where you will just multiply these numbers or divide. So that can be done probably to the right hand side corner where you do the rough work. Okay, but I'm just going through how actually these works. So but multiplication or division part, I believe you can do this. Okay. That we have a dividing by a proper fraction. Okay, so this is where when we divide fraction with a fraction. To dividing by a fraction, what you need to do, you just simply multiply by its reciprocal. Okay, by its reciprocal. So what exactly that mean is, if you, let's say in this example, the reciprocal of 3 by 8, 3 divided by 8 would be 8 by 3. Okay, so simply it just flips. Okay, that goes on here and this goes on. So this is called the reciprocal. So reciprocal of 3 by 8 is 8 by 3. Then you can simplify your fraction. So this can be written as I say, reciprocal of, because this is a divide here, right? So we can just put multiply, but 3 by 8 will become 8 by 3. Okay, this is the way around it. This is how we do. And then you simplify this. And further simplify, that will give you this fraction. Okay. I hope it's clear. Let's move on to the next bit. This is where we change a fraction to a decimal, because you need to understand that as well. So now moving from fraction to decimal. Divide the numerator by the denominator. This is what we will do when we change the fraction to decimal, and changing the fraction to an equivalent fraction with the denominator, which can be like 10, 100, 1000, and so on. So just like a round figure. Okay, so you have one example here. This is which is 3 by 5, 3 divided by 5. So you multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. Okay, so that will give you 6 by 10, which is here as well. I've written, and then that simply can be written as in decimal as 0.6. Okay. I just would like to give you a tip here as well. Most of the students probably know already. When you have numbers like this, 10, 100, thousands, okay, these number can easily change your numerator into decimal. So you see here you have 1 0 here, and you have here 6. So you can just think of as 1 0, and you can take the decimal to this side, moving from right to left. And then this can be written as 0.6, whichever way you want to do. Then sometimes you get a fraction where sometimes difficult to do these kind of way, where simply you multiply numerator and denominator with some number. Sometimes it's not possible. So I just give you this example, one of the example here. This fraction which is 17 divided by 40. In this kind of sample, we multiply the numerator and denominator by 5 by 2. Okay, so this is what I mean. 17 is multiplied by 5 by 2, and then also 40 divided by 5 by 2. Okay, and that will give us So I do this one here, simplify here for you. Okay, that is 42.5. So this one, this can be written as, right? Then we got again 40 here. That's also we have to do. We have to simplify. Okay, so that is 100. Okay, okay, and this can be written as, okay, you already have decimal here. Okay, so you got 2 0 here, 1 2, So as I said, the tip here can move from right to left. Okay, so you have 42.5, so you have 20 here. So this decimal can move 2 steps to this side, which will give a 0.425. If that is easier for you to understand, you can do this in exam just to save some time. Okay, right? I hope it's clear there. Now move on to the next bit. In this part, changing a decimal to a fraction. So you are already in decimal, and we will change that to a fraction. So as you know that this decimal 0.8 can be written as 8 divided by 10. So to write in fraction, we can just further simplify that. Okay, and that can be written as 4 by 5. So just divide by, let's say, 2. So dividing this by 8 by 2, that 4, and then 10. Okay, so the divide by 2, that gave us this fraction. Okay, so changing from decimal to fraction. Okay, let's take another example then. 0.24, that can be written as 24 divided by 100, right? And then you can divide that by 4. And this is what we can get as a fraction. Okay, clear so far? Right. Now we're going to move on to percentage now. This is the main part as well, to understand the relation between fraction, decimal, and percentage. The percentage is a fraction with the denominator 100. So this is where you need to understand that fraction, whenever we say percentage, we always have something to play with, which is denominator 100. Okay, and this is the way we get percentage. Also, as I already explained to you, fraction and decimal, so the percentage also are different ways of saying the same thing. Like if I say 1%, that also can be written in fraction 1 divided by 100, and then also can be written in decimal 0.01. Okay, same thing if I say 7%, that can be written as 7 divided by 100. That can be written in decimal 0.07. Okay, so let's do some exercise and then we will find out. Changing a fraction over a decimal to a percentage. So this is we're going to do now, from fraction over a decimal to percentage. So first we do with fraction. So we have here 3 divided by 20, that is 15%, but obviously we need to get that. How did we get that? So change it to percentage, as already said here, that we multiply that with 100. Okay. And when you simplify this, so obviously we need to simplify this as well. So you can say, you can divide by 5, this one, this here. Just do it for you. and you can also do 4. Just like simplify, whichever way you think is easier for you, you can just do it. Okay, so but we can first use that. We use 5 and then 4. So this is what it gave us. Then you left with the what? 3 multiply 5 here. Okay, so because that's just a 1 now, 15. Okay, which will already have this here. So this can be written as 15%. Right? Okay, let's do a few more examples. Right. 17 divided by 40. And the answer is already here, which is 42.5%. Let's get this. Okay, so it just simplify these, trying to reduce the numbers here. Okay, so here let's say divide by 4 and then you can divide by 5. Okay, just to simplify, or whichever way you want to do it. Right, if you want, I can simplify this here. With 4, this is what we got. Okay, then with 5. Okay, so this is what we got. Right, so when simplifying this part, we got 5 by 2. Further write this. 17 multiplied by 5 and then divide by 2. That gives us 85 by 2. Right, and you can further simplify. That will give us 42.5. That would be the percentage. Okay, so which is I already have here. Right, okay, let's move on to the another question, which is this bit here. You already have this in decimal. Okay, so this in decimal can simply be written as 37.5 just by multiplying by 100. Okay, and I believe you can do this. That will give you 37.5 because you're multiplying with 100. So this decimal will move to this side from left to right. Okay, and this is where you will get 37.5%. Okay, we covered decimal as well. Now, changing a percentage to a fraction or a decimal, this is what we were going to do next. To change a percentage to a fraction or a decimal, simply divide by 100, right? Okay, so 30% also can be written as 30 divided by 100. Okay, $30 divided by 100. Just simplify whichever way you want, right? You can say here you divided this by 10, that gave you 3 divided by 10. Okay, same thing with here as well, 24%, which is 24 divided by 100. Okay, right? And then again here dividing numerator denominator by 4. Simplify that, and that will give you 6 by 25 or 6 divided by 25. Okay, so this is where you changed the percentage to fraction. Okay, so now you can see the relation between these three. Changing to a decimal, simply write 45% as 45 divided by 100. Then you do dividing 45 with 100. That will give you 0.45. Okay, 7.5% can be written as 7.5 divided by 100. And then in decimal, that will give you 0.075. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. Okay, in my next video we will go with the more sums, more examples of these three. A bit complex, but we will see how it goes. Okay, so if you like this video, do me a favor. If you find this video informative, please like and subscribe this video. Be sure to click the like button. Drop a comment if you have any questions, and I will do my best to reply. Thank you.